Welcome back to another episode of the King's Court podcast, or as we call it, the Bethesda Brothers podcast. I am the KingFanMan, and I am joined with my brother in crime, Joey Caps Gaming, and I call him the Legend. How are you doing, Brother Joe?
Doing okay. How are you?
Just okay?
Doing good. Yeah, I've been working on a lot of content, and it takes a lot out of me.
And you have been. And hey, I want to direct everybody. If you have not, go over and subscribe and check out Brother Joe's content. It is Joey Caps Gaming. Y'all go check that out. He has a lot of great content. And if y'all like my stuff, y'all definitely will like his stuff as well. Today, we've got some very cool stuff to talk about. Well, mainly just one thing to talk about. It is Fallout First. It is that title, that name that just gritted on people's nerves back, where was it? October 2019?
October 2019, or it released during the same time the Outer Worlds did. So, yeah, that's when it came out. I was so excited for that. I honestly stopped playing the Outer Worlds just because I could have my own private world. That's no joke. I really did do that. I was so excited. I think I went, I put so many hours. Like, I played this game prior to Private Worlds, but then I really played this game once in Private Worlds.
That's when you got hooked, wasn't it?
So, yeah, it was, I had my own world with my friends, too. So,
very quickly, we're going to talk about the future of Fallout First, but Fallout First was, the haters came out in full force against Fallout
Certainly.
First. But there is no doubt that Fallout First was a huge financial success, and really a huge success for Bethesda because the statistics, that's a hard word to say really quick, the statistics do not lie. They really, really sold a lot of Fallout First memberships and continue to do so as well. Not just monthly memberships, but yearly memberships in Fallout First. And with now the new custom worlds coming out, Fallout First memberships looks even better. Because now you get to not only have your own custom world, you get to change that custom world however you want to. And that's what we're going to talk about today, the future of Fallout First, and I think it looks brighter than ever. And Joe, coming out of QuakeCon, they talked about these custom worlds. Again, the haters came out talking about, well, your progress does not carry over to adventure mode in these custom worlds. But they said they are starting out as safely as possible. In other words, this is just a big, huge test, basically, kind of like they do in the public test server. But what they want to do, this is just the beginning. What they want to do eventually is, and I shouldn't use the word eventually, what they want to do in the near future is make it where you can change things and make your progression continue. So what do you see with this, with Fallout First and the custom worlds? Don't you see this just as the beginning?
Of course, you have to. I listen. If you guys watched QuakeCon, King, I know that you did. I did as well. I watched the Fallout part of it, and they did say, obviously, this is the beginning, and they know that a lot of players are disappointed that your adventure mode stuff doesn't carry or won't carry over from. So, for example, obviously, if you put your adventure mode character into the custom world, whatever you do in the custom world doesn't carry over back to adventure mode. Well, in the future, that could be a thing. And that would be stupendous. That would be great. And that's the future of Fallout First. It's giving us even more options and allowing us to do it carrying over into adventure mode. And you mentioned before we started the podcast, this might allow them to start making certain things in the Fallout First membership right now, to start making maybe one or two things free. For example, a scrap box, the survival tent. It could happen because the custom world, when they improve on it even more, it'll be more of an incentive to purchase Fallout
I'm so
first.
glad you brought this up. This came up in the KingCast, and I really want to start a petition, and I encourage you guys to do this too if y'all feel this way. But I believe custom worlds is the that's where Fallout First's future lies. And of course, the scrapbox and the tent have been huge incentives for Fallout First. But that's really not what Fallout First is about. Fallout First is about the private world. That's what it is. And if this is the big if, okay, if the servers can handle it, I am all for every player getting the scrapbox for free.
Yeah, the server should be able to handle it because they've had free weekends with everybody. They're able to get their own private world for free, even if it's for a few days, which included, obviously the scrap box and the survival tent. You get Fallout First free, so it has happened, and so it's doable. You could do it. So why can't you just keep it that way for the scrap box and for the tent? Definitely doable, especially if they expand on the custom worlds aspect. That definitely is the future of Fallout First, 100%.
And again, I want to make sure everybody understands this, and don't let the haters get to you, because they said they're starting as safely as possible, and they want to do so much more with these custom worlds. And one of those things is that as a Fallout First player, you're going to get to have your regular private world. That means the adventure mode, the one that all your progress is saved in. You're going to be allowed to change the settings, or many of the settings in that world very soon. You're going to be allowed to change those settings in that, because you're a Fallout First member and because of all these the new private worlds things. That's going to be so great. Now, obviously, you won't be able to have unlimited ammo, or you won't be able to do the things that are well, I don't want to use the word cheating, but I mean, that gives you an unreal advantage, okay? We'll keep those over here where, your progress is not saved. But you still get to have fun over here in the custom worlds and do those things. But Bethesda's going to allow you to change a lot of things in your custom world to your liking. You mentioned that you'll be able to play the game like Fallout 4, where you can change the difficulty. You can change the take off the weapons degrading. Oh wow, that would be nice for a while, but all kinds of changes that you can make to your own private world so that it is like what you want. Now think about it. Think about how nice that will be. I believe that is the future of Fallout First, and that is truly bringing mods to Fallout 76.
Yeah, the issue that I have with bringing mods to 76, and people might say, "Whoa, you have an issue with that?" Not exactly. Listen, hear me out. It's putting that behind a paywall might really make people mad. And I guess rightfully so. Maybe the modding, the community might not be as big because of that. Maybe the mod authors, won't want to put their mods on 76 just because you have to pay essentially to create a mod. So that's where it gets a little bit. See, guys, me, I have Fallout First on Xbox and PC, so I'm not afraid to pay for it. I'm not. I'm just saying what, the average Fallout 76 player, how they might feel. And they might say, hey, it kind of stinks that mod support is behind a paywall. I'm going to get it no matter what. I'm going to get that support no matter what. King, so will you.
Yep.
I'm just speaking pretty much for like the average player. They might have an issue with that. So I'm interested to see what happens. And it's probably obvious that mods will come to Fallout First. But it's just that's where it gets a little bit scary and not scary, but just it might make you a little nervous.
Yep. And that's
It's
why,
like, whoa, I gotta pay
say,
for this service.
and that's why I say you've got to move the scrap box and the tent over to the free side. You've got to give a little and take a little if you're going to do that. You absolutely have to. Now there's another thing that we talked about that is really, really cool. Me and you were talking about it before about what you can do with these custom worlds. One of the really cool thing is if you're both Fallout First players, if you create a world and I play on that world, then from then on I can go to that world even with you not being there anymore. So that world basically becomes mine too. That is so cool. I love that they brought that over into Fallout 76.
Yeah. So it's like, hey, I just want to relax. I want to play. But my world is a little bit annoying. I have like 5 people on it right now, and I just want to, play alone. I'm gonna go on Joe's server because no one's on that.
Yeah.
He ain't even on it, and I want to just relax and just play. Hey, you could do that now.
Absolutely.
With custom worlds.
Yeah, and I love the changes that Joe made to his world. It's perfect. I don't want to go through all the time and mess of changing it. Joe made the perfect world. I'm going to go over there. Yes.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. The only thing I'm a little nervous about, and I guess it'll come, trial and error. It'll come as you play, and you'll learn more as you use this private world or the custom world rather. Is I accept the fact that adventure mode stuff won't carry over, and that's totally okay. I really don't care.
Yep, but again, I believe that's just for the present.
Yeah,
in the very near future, that's going to change.
What I think they need to fix first, though, is if, for example, on my custom world, I put it on easy, right? And I kind of make it like Fallout 4, like we spoke about earlier. And I'm playing, I'm having a nice time. But then I'm like, do you know what? I want this to be a little harder. So let me adjust it. I'm not exactly making a brand new world, but I'm editing my current world. Correct. Would I still have to start a new player?
No. I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, if I don't have to start a new player, then I'm all right.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe, you're going to be able to adjust your world
in my progress stays.
Your progress stays within that world. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Again,
I like that.
Unless it's certain things, and this gets into the modding that I believe is coming to Fallout First very soon, guys. And I want to get into the modding a little bit more. There's going to be certain changes that you make to the worlds that I believe that obviously, again, that your progress won't be held over. Again, if you give yourself unlimited ammo, obviously that's in the future. They're not going to allow your progress to continue.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Once in a while.
Let's continue the mod talk for just a minute. And I believe again that mods are coming very soon. And I'm talking about outside mods with mod authors coming, and I believe that Bethesda is going to break them down into 2 different categories. One category will be that you can use them and your progression will be counted. The other category will be you can use them and your progression will not be counted. Does that make sense? Let me explain a little bit more.
Elaborate, please.
Okay, one type of mod will be you can use it on your private world where your progression will be counted. In other words, it might be an apparel mod, it might be a weapon skin mod. It's something that will not change the complexity of the game. It will not give you an advantage in the game, so it does not affect the gameplay enough, whereas your progression will continue to be counted by Bethesda. If there's something like you get the BFG from Doom, where you can shoot everything with one shot, then obviously you've gotten an advantage in the game. Yes, they're going to allow you to use it and have fun, but your progression will not be counted. Does that make sense? So there'll be two categories of mods going forward, just the same way I believe there will be two categories of adjustments that you can make within your world at the same way. Yeah.
That would be nice.
So I
Yeah.
see that very, very, and I'm talking about very soon, guys. This is going to happen because again, they're talking about right now. They've begun as safely as possible. All that's going on right now is just a test of these custom worlds. So very soon, you're going to see this start happening.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it.
Yeah.
Do you know what would be cool? This might sound really silly, but everybody hear me out.
Yeah.
King, I don't know if you're all that familiar with Pokemon and what they've been doing with the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So I literally just started playing like 2 years ago Pokemon with their newest installment, Sword and Shield. I fell in love with it. It's fun building up my own Pokemon. It's fun competing. It's a lot of fun. So I would like Fallout 76 to take an aspect from Pokemon, and it is Pokemon Home, which is different from all the games. Do you know of Pokemon Home, King?
No.
Ever hear of it?
Nope.
So in Pokemon Home, I could transfer my Pokemon from my current game. I can move it to Pokemon Home, and then I could kind of move them back and forth, or I can move them in between some other Pokemon games. So for example, if I had a Pikachu in Pokemon Sword, right, I could throw him over. Then I could put him, let's say, in Pokemon Shield, and like I can move my Pokemon. So I would love it in 76, right? If I could do that, but with my weapons.
Oh, okay.
How cool would that be? To move them, into a hub, just have a bunch of weapons. They're not in my stash box anymore. They're just in this area, and then I can move these weapons to my other characters.
Gotcha.
I think that would be really cool. I think that would be nice.
Hey,
I know this is totally random.
Write it on a little ticket and send it to
that
Bethesda.
That could be a Fallout First thing.
Yeah.
That could.
It.
That would be nice.
I like it.
Yeah, and you could easily move them, and they're not in your stash box. So all that weight. I have probably 500 pounds or 600 pounds of heavy guns sitting in my stash box. Yeah, no, but of heavy guns. Heavy guns. That's it. Just heavy guns. Then I have my other rifles too, But just my heavy guns, probably 500 pounds worth.
That would be a neat way that your characters could share.
Yeah, and you could put them somewhere so they're not in your stash box.
Not in your stash box. That is a great idea. That's a great segue in with, Bethesda loves listening to the community, and they ask for our feedback. And I want to encourage you guys, if you're still listening to this, if you think that we are right, that this is the direction that Fallout First is going with the modding, with the allowing, and I mean, there's no doubt they've already said with the progression of custom worlds, they're going that way. But if you think that modding is coming to Fallout First and all that, then let's write into Bethesda that let's take the scrap box and the tent, the survival tent, and let's move it over for everybody. I think at the very least that's a move that needs to be made. I would love to see everybody to have that, because now, of course, I'm one that, yes, I would like everything to be free, but I understand in a game like this that is an ongoing game where you've got and this is a totally different podcast. Okay, I don't want to get into this very long, but I want to say
there's something else I want to say too.
I want to say it very quickly, but you've got a lot of employees, guys, a lot of full-time employees working on Fallout 76, and they've got to pay for it somehow. It's not just a one-time they made the game and here it is, okay? And then you've got a modding community working on it. You say, why is it behind the paywall? Well, you've got full-time employees working on it all the time. You've got to pay for their salaries how, okay? And that's why Fallout First is here, okay?
Yeah.
When you've got a game that is a live service game, that means it is continuing on and on and on and on. And you think about all the free content they do put out with Fallout 76, you've got to pay for the game somehow. You've got to pay for all that free content somehow.
100%. King, I'm ready to go off. Are you ready?
Yes.
This has nothing to do from what we're talking about.
And by the way, real quick before you answer, Fallout First is what has saved Fallout 76. The Atomic Shop didn't. Fallout First did. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, 100% agree with you there. So I just saw some on my Twitter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody said that there's an argument, which there probably is, but it just irked me seeing the tweet that some people say that Fallout 76 is not canon.
Oh.
If just one thing. All right, I just want to say this one.
We already addressed that in a whole podcast, didn't we?
Yeah.
By the way, the link to that podcast will probably be here if I can remember.
If you're telling me that 76 isn't canon, Fallout 3 isn't canon, and Fallout 4 isn't canon, shut up. I'm sorry. Relax. The game's canon. It's got a good story in it. Enjoy stuff. I do it in professional wrestling where fans can enjoy the freaking product. Enjoy the product. Enjoy Fallout. Have fun. Stop being negative. Stop being, upset all the time because you have to be upset at something.
A negative Nancy is what I call them.
Yes, a negative Nancy, a Debbie Downer,
No, we did a full podcast on that, and I hope I will find the link, and I really will try to put it in this podcast. And really go back and listen to that podcast because we go in depth showing why that Fallout 76 is canon. We go into specifics about it. So, yeah. They have attacked Fallout 76 since the beginning. Well, Joe, we are out of time already, but very quickly, I think Fallout 76 has a bright future. I think Fallout First has a very bright future with these Fallout worlds, and I know people are griping about the progression again, can't be, but we are just seeing the very tip of what is coming, and if y'all cannot see it, take off your blinders. Mods are here, guys. It's just right before our eyes. Yeah. And I want to tell y'all something real quick. Right before Chris Myers left, if y'all remember Chris Myers, he left, took another job with outside the industry, but he was a great super guy that was working at Bethesda Austin. He said that mods were coming a lot sooner than you think. And that has been a year ago, okay? So they have been working on this for a long time to bring us this. And I believe mods are right around the corner. I really do. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah. I think it's pretty evident.
I mean, that's coming from them, not me.
Yeah,
that's coming from them.
Yeah. It's moving in that direction, and that should be very exciting for people.
This is a first step they have to do.
Yeah. Definitely 100%. So I'm excited for the future, but if you're not a member of Fallout First and you don't want to spend that money, you probably won't be experiencing these things. And then that's unfortunate.
I am glad they found a way to at least allow the people to experience it a little bit.
Yep. Yeah.
So, that's great. Yeah. And I know some people will find a way to hate on it, but Bethesda has really done a great job of all the free content they bring to Fallout 76. And even with this, not all of it is behind the paywall. They even give you a great sample of it that you can sample all these custom worlds, one every month, which is really cool.
That's cool, yeah.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Yep.
September 8th needs to be here now.
September 8th. Well, guys,
why can't they release it sooner?
Sooner? Man,
I want it released in like 5 minutes.
We're here at the end of August already.
I want it released because do you know why, King? I'm off of work right now. There's no school. So I'm off.
Why didn't they line up with your work schedule?
When I go back, King, I go back September 8th.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Well,
So,
that will just
At
be the
least when I
start.
come home.
I will tell you exactly how it is, so you can just call me and I'll tell you how.
well, I mean, I'll be home around like 3 o'clock.
No. You don't worry about playing it. Just call me. I'll tell you how it is. Yeah.
I'm gonna play. You can't tell me I can't play. You can't tell me I can't.
Well, Joey Caps Gaming, thank you for joining me. Again, if y'all haven't subscribed to Joey, y'all go subscribe to him. If y'all ain't, for some reason, subscribed to me and y'all have listened this long, then you crazy, man. You crazy.
What are you doing? Why you sitting here
What
for?
are you staying here for?
Get in here or hit that red button.
Hit that red button. Y'all have a great rest of your day.
Thanks,
Thank you.
King.
I am the KingFanMan. Bye, guys.